Abby.
Hey girl, hey!
Hey, Besties.
Besties.
What is up?
We're feeling a little feisty this morning.
Yeah, we are.
That sounded like a monkey.
A little.
Guys, welcome back to the podcasties. Welcome to the, I don't know, just welcome.
Yeah, welcome. If this is your first time hearing us,
Hi.
I'm Jen.
Welcome. I'm Kale. We are the
and
Besties.
Welcome to Uncle Besties.
Yeah.
It's a sister sleigh over here.
Yes, it is a sister sleigh. We have a lot going on.
We're going to get into it. We're going to address it.
Be first.
Yes. Be first. Yep. New words. We
have some up-to-dates.
We've got some updates.
Go ahead, Jen. Oh, this is itchy, kind of.
Oh.
Whatever.
We got to deal with it.
Right.
You guys, for a couple episodes, we've referred to the damn dog of my neighborhood. And I wanted to share with the world, I have seen the damn dog. And wow. What?
In the flesh.
It looks exactly like what we imagined it sounded like. Exactly. So imagine the Caesar's dog.
Not the little Caesar.
Not little. I keep saying Little Caesars. I think because I'm like, oh, he's a little dog, and I want to say little. No, the Caesar's dog, the little, tin food, canned food,
the one you find at the dollar store. Yum.
Exactly. And imagine him dirty. That's exactly what we were picturing, like a dirty little
ratty
white dog.
ass dog.
Yeah. So he just kind of like, they leave him out like in the courtyard, back alley for like hours a day, and then bring him in towards the end, and like that's it.
That's sad.
But like clockwork, he's yeah.
I love him, but I hate him. I feel bad for him. It's more of like a hate, but like understanding.
Right. I hate you. I love you.
Come on.
What a good song.
That is a good song. I haven't heard that forever.
Next.
What else should we address? Our sweatshirts. We have other sweatshirts. You think that these are beating our last sweatshirts, but these are older. These are the first gens.
Like way.
Way older. We're talking high school. $3 sweat.
Yeah.
Honestly, we could look at the tag. Do I still have the tag on? Probably not, because I usually sensory issues. I do. Guys, I'm gonna get tested for autism one day, and you guys are gonna laugh at me, and I'm gonna be like, "I told you so! I told you so!"
You guys don't understand though. To the level, this girl will send
I
Pinterest.
Do.
She's like, "Guys, this is a cake I want when I get my diagnosis," and I'm like, "What the hell?"
It's gonna be a party because I'm gonna be understood. It's even like I talked about it last semester with my professor, because I joked about it, and he was like, "Have you ever gotten tested?" And I said, "No, but I want to." He's like, "You should." Right. And so I talked to him the other day, and he was like, "Did you ever get your diagnosis?" And I said, "Not yet, pending." He's like, "It's gonna happen one day."
Right.
And I said, "Yes."
She's gonna be so. You guys don't understand.
Guys, you don't understand. But then think about it. I'm gonna be the best person at my job because I am one of them.
Yeah, you're like
we see
literally
each other.
A secret spy undercover.
Right. I'm like, listen, I understand. I get
right.
it.
I got you.
I am one of you
for real.
But
real, that I got you.
Our sweatshirts though.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa.
You know, while you're getting your autism diagnosis, I'm gonna get my ADHD. I need
one
to
and
get
the same
that.
Sometimes.
Whoa. Anyways,
sweatshirts. So we got these in high school because we wanted to be cool, and obviously we're from South Florida, so like monograms, pineapples,
pink,
so cute.
Like this is very like West Palm pink right here.
Mine looks like more like coral. Yours looks more. They're the same thing. Maybe because I just washed mine more.
It's just lighting. It's probably just lighting. But she's a sleigh. We've had it forever.
Yeah, we definitely could have just worn these. But we wanted new ones. Okay.
No, they need to be updated. Like this is like a little bit too telling of where we're from.
Right.
So
and we're not that anymore. So
right. But we still have a little bit of the identity.
Right. We still identify slowly, like a quarter of an inch.
That much.
A little bit.
But yeah.
So welcome to the episode today. If you haven't noticed, our tin hats.
They're on. We always make references to tin hats.
Right. We always say we're putting our tin hats on. Well, literally, we have put our tin hats on. And let me say, I'm kind of sick.
Kale's obsessed.
I think I'm kind of slaying this.
Like, she's literally obsessed. I feel like I look like I work in a fast food restaurant. Or I
no, say what you would say.
Good Burger. Welcome to the Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Like, tell me it's not giving that.
No, it's not. It's giving tin hat.
We need the little spike, but like that's too much.
I was gonna do that, but then I was like, does that give Teletubby? So I didn't. So I was
scary.
just like mind over matter, like mind of a master kind of thing.
Yeah. The fact that Teletubbies are like 8 feet tall.
Did you know? Yes. Did you know that the actual place, like the Teletubby house, was an actual place? But then the guy who owned it got so annoyed that people would come from all over the world to come visit, so he flooded it. So it's now a lake. And so the Teletubby place that we see now, like that the kids are watching now, because it still happens, is like revamped, but it's just a set.
Yeah. Naim flooding his own house is like, get out my ear.
I'm fucking over it. Okay, so friends, besties, lovers, friends. I said that twice.
It's okay.
Get your tin hats on. It's a little steamy. Oh my gosh,
Locked
am I generating heat?
Yeah, hun.
Oh my gosh, I could like bake an egg on here. That's crazy.
Probably. Or a cookie.
Oh, yum.
Yummy.
So
disclaimer. We're gonna add the disclaimer now.
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
These are our opinions.
Opinion. No fact. Opinion.
Well, fact to me, but opinion nonetheless. Take what you want and let the rest.
Like the tarot cards, the tarot readers say, take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else.
Right.
So that's a principle that we operate on.
Right. If the shoe doesn't fit for you, you think we're talking ludicrous, go talk to ludicrous. Sorry.
Another saying we say all the time: if it don't apply, let it fly.
If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit.
The end.
The end.
So yeah,
that's another one. We should add that actually. OJ, I'm gonna add it right now.
OJ.
Okay.
Oh, OJ.
Yeah.
Got it. Clocked
all
in.
Right. So Jen, why don't you start us off? What is your one of your conspiracy theories?
So I saw this the other day, and honestly, like, first I need to say this. When I see a conspiracy theory, I'm of the inclination, like, if I see it and I like it, I'm like, yes, the end. Like, I don't need convincing.
I was just going to say that. I think that's, would you say that's, like, naive? Like,
I don't even know.
No, this is the word, gullible. Like, you tell me something and I think a little bit of it, I'm like, yeah.
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 But it's like
when I watch, when I watch Claim to Fame, and they're like, oh, that's so-and-so's daughter. I'm like, I see it.
Absolutely.
They're not.
How could it not
I'm like,
be?
Oh my God, I see it. No. So, yeah, I'm a little gullible. But
I say that.
Yeah.
I say gullible's not the word. This will not stay on my head. I'm just going to, like, let it do its thing. I'm going to be Ray J. Ray J with the hat. You guys know what I'm talking about? No. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to send it to you. You're actually going to cackle. But don't mind my Ray J tin cap for the moment. Yeah. Gullible's not really the word. It's more just like, if I can see your point of view, I'm going to accept it. I'm going to challenge it always.
Right.
But it's like, how good are you?
I'm like, yes.
You're like, the end, it's done.
Right.
If it's just like 1 + 1 = 2, sure. But like, even then,
no, some of the crazier ones, I'm like, well.
But the stupid little ones, I'm like, yeah, for sure.
For facts.
Absolutely.
Like,
thank you for.
Right. Go ahead. Hit me with it.
My first one is that Timmy Turner and Danny Phantom are the same person. I saw someone like do the whole breakdown, And I was like, yeah, I'm going to
So
insert
give
the
it to
clip
me.
here.
Can
I'm going
you?
to insert the clip here. I could do like a little situation, movie magic.
Okay.
But basically, from the video that I watched like 4 weeks ago, don't quote me. Watch the whole thing if you actually want to know the real
Right.
information.
Do
But
some research on your own.
what I retained was essentially like Timmy Turner, like his last final wish or something like that was like he wished basically like that he was a completely different person, or that something of that context, where it was like he no longer wanted to live on this realm of reality and he wanted to live somewhere else.
So you wanted to be
So
a
he got
ghost?
turned, yeah. So he got turned into a ghost. And then if you think about it, think of all the people within Timmy's life. They're very similar to all the people in like Danny's life, in like the terms like there's a blonde guy in both, there's a black kid in both, there's the one girl that wears like purple, she has purple elements to her, so it's either Trixie or like, is her name Gwen? I
Yeah.
could have made that up. Is
I
it
think
right?
so. I think so.
Because I fully pulled that out my ass. Whoa, this is working. um yeah, I was like, that makes sense. And I think
Right.
about, like Timmy's, he had absent parents. Like those are he had the worst parents in the world. Like he raised himself.
Right.
He was just like,
Basically.
you know what? I wish I had parents who cared about me. And like that's what happened. And he became Danny.
That's crazy.
And then think Timmy,
never heard that.
Danny, double letters in there, ends with a Y. Boom.
That's a good one.
So yeah, that's the one that was like, yeah, for sure. For sure.
I'm gonna start. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I believe it.
Same.
Okay. I'm gonna start us off with a bang here on my end.
Let's go.
The moon landing never happened.
Nope.
I
don't
just think
care.
it's a little convenient that we went to the moon, then all that footage burned in a fire.
Okay.
And then we had to recreate it in a soundstage. Also, I saw this video, this guy who like worked at NASA, and he's like, yeah, we've never been back. Like, we just don't have the technology for it. That was in 90 something. So you're telling me from 60 whatever to 2023, we don't have the technology?
No.
To go back to the moon?
We're trying to make AI also things to put in our brain, but we can't make it to the moon. Again.
Also found out there's a whole department at NASA that's a photoshopping department.
Yes. To add to your theory, or to add to the conspiracy theory,
right?
We have never seen actual images of Earth. Let me explain.
They're all composite images.
They just scan from multiple sides and then put them all together. So no, we've never seen. It's impossible for a camera to pick up an image of Earth. Impossible.
Yeah. Because we've never been that far.
No. If we were that far, you're not coming back. The end.
Right.
Sorry, hon. Grab.
Right.
So like put that into perspective. But like we've never seen images of the Earth space. I have another theory that I could go off on that, but finish yours.
So then we were on TikTok the other day together, because we do that sometimes, and we saw this video, this interview with Buzz Aldrin, who was one of the dudes who went to space, and they asked him, like, what was the craziest thing about the moon? And he goes, we never been there. Like, he literally said, I'd never been there. So now we have it from the horse's mouth. Is Neil Armstrong dead? I think so.
Yes, I believe he died. There's two Neils. One's like a runner. One's cyclist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the other, Lance Armstrong. It's Armstrong. It wasn't Neil.
It's Armstrong.
Sorry.
I was going to say, I was riding with you. I was like,
hey, pun intended.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let me see what she is. Let me see what she goes with this.
No. Lance
Armstrong, Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong went to the moon, supposedly.
Yes. But did Lance die or did Neil die? Or did they both die?
Both?
Is Lance still alive?
Maybe Lance is still alive.
Let's double check. This will be... See, we'll search things like this, but we're not going to look up like actual things. I don't have time. I believe he's still alive. Okay, shout out to Lance.
Shout out to Lance if you're listening.
Yeah. Sorry,
he's
we
not
thought
American.
he died.
Is he American?
American former
Got
professional
it. Okay.
racing cyclist.
Let me shut up then.
When did Neil die?
He died in like 2015, I want to say.
2012. Close enough.
Close enough.
That was pretty good. In
Yeah,
Ohio, Cincinnati.
Hey! I'm from Ohio.
He was born in Wapakoneta.
Ohio?
Yeah.
Nah.
He's one of y'all.
He ain't one of me. I'm from Columbus.
Oh, purred.
Bird. Yeah, so we never went to the moon. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, I was agreeing. I was like, nope.
You're like,
we never went.
We never went. Yeah, we've never we've been in the orbit. True.
Right. We've been out there.
Right. Foot on the moon? Nah. Nah.
You
Don't
know
believe
what?
it.
I think there's like a sub theory to this that would tie into another theory that we have, but I won't. We'll talk about that one later.
Okay.
But I believe that one's a little eccentric.
That was a little too risque.
We're still gonna say it, but like,
right.
It is what it is. I believe that under, like, you know how we know nothing about the ocean? I feel like the same vibe for space. Like, we only know what 3% of the ocean. I feel like it's the same for space, and I also think that space and underwater very similar, like kind of a situation.
Listen, deep water. That's a fear of mine. Like, if I can't see the bottom, I don't want to go.
She doesn't go.
I'm scared.
Right. But think about it. You know how you feel when you're underwater? Like, I've pictured that's what no gravity feels like. Okay. When you're in a pool, you don't go in pools?
Yeah, I do go into the pools, yes.
Okay. When you go submerge yourself underneath, I feel like that's the feeling of what no gravity feels like.
You know what I just thought about? When you were...
What?
When you were a kid,
I'm so scared.
Did you ever like play dead to see if anybody cared?
Absolutely. And it would be face down. You go face down and float. And it would be like 30 seconds.
Nobody would care. And you'd be like, if I died, nobody would give a fuck.
Especially me being the like little dipshit that I was always just like annoying, dramatic, everything.
I
so
knew
like,
her.
Yeah, boy who cried wolf, like me, like definitely. So I would just be like,
I just died and nobody gave. I would tell people like I just passed out for like 10 minutes. I was underwater for like maybe a minute, and then people would be like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Oh, so you do care? Clearly not.
Not you gaslighting.
Yeah."
I just had the craziest memory like come to the forefront. This isn't
the tin hat.
It is.
It's the hat.
I was in elementary school. I promise. This is like one of the craziest things. Shout out to whoever. Hope they're well. Heard the.
Are you wearing a silly band, like a bracelet?
No, this woman was making them at the block party. They're cute.
I thought they were like, you know, like silly bands that were like chevron.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like. Okay, continue with your story.
Anyways, I was in elementary school. This is crazy. I'm gonna be quick. But I was sitting in the back seat, obviously, and my mother was driving, and there was like another car next to us, and I think it was like two boys were in the back. I was really young, and I don't know what in my brain I was thinking. I was like, I'm gonna pretend that I'm dead. Just wait. Literally, but just like fake dead, like movie dead, you know, and they're like, that's literally what I was doing, right? And I did that for like 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm bored. And I promise you guys, there's this car that's zooming next to us, like zooming. And then we get to the light. We're both stopped. And I just look over and I see the two boys like frantic and their parents looking over. I think they dead ass thought I was actually dead and was double checking that I wasn't.
Wait, that story sounds familiar.
Yeah, no. So I didn't make it up because I definitely remember. Like,
no, I remember you telling me that story.
So I just remembered that. Thanks to the assistants up here, they're working overtime.
Hey, we should put these on more often. Maybe we get more shit done.
I'm gonna leave them on while I'm editing.
Right,
guys. I'm on X Games mode over here.
Right. Here's another one.
Let's hear it.
Orcas. I know we talked about them a couple episodes ago.
Right.
But then I was watching. I'm sure you guys have seen that video of that guy on like the fishing boat where he like sees the
Right.
mermaids. You saw that one?
Did we see it together?
I probably sent it to you.
I think yes.
The guy's like on the boat and he's like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And it's like, and
There
you
it
hear the
is.
mermaids.
Yep. That one.
So then I was thinking, you know, like, yes, mermaids. I definitely believe mermaids are real for a fact.
Absolutely.
But like
Fact.
more in the Caribbean where like it's warmer. But then in like deep sea fishing,
Yeah.
like they're like, you know, in far off places. And
Right.
so I'm like, okay, maybe orcas and mermaids
Yep.
like are one and the same kind of. And but like the mermaids just get the bad rep for the orcas.
Right.
So
Like
the
the
orcas
mermaids
are
are the
really
ones.
right.
Mhm.
They're nice, but the
Yeah.
orcas are giving them a bad rep because they're the ones that like ew, and then
They stir the pot.
right, and then they kill people.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because if the orcas these days are like fucking up boats and shit, what's to say they
Come
didn't do
on.
that when it was actual fucking wood? And so they're like, oh my god, it's mermaids, but they're like drunk. They have scurvy, syphilis,
Yeah.
and
All the
like,
things.
and they're like out of their mind, not very
And they
smart.
probably, you know, like are dreaming about women. So in
Right.
their mind, they're like, it has to be a woman.
Right. Also, all bad things are women. So
Yeah, okay.
then the orcas are the mermaids in like the
Right.
deep sea. But then like in Haiti, Jamaica, like those are definitely real.
Listen, the amount of stories that I've heard of like
I've
supernatural
seen it.
things,
I've seen the videos. They're
I'm
real.
so sorry. What you're not going to say is that that's all a myth and whatever, based on whose context.
But this kind of leads into like our second point. Like they're everywhere.
Yeah.
How are these things just made up? You know what I'm saying? Like people just don't like. People don't have that good of an imagination, you know?
Especially if like these are centuries built of these thinkings and ideologies
Right.
and mythologies, and they had no communication betwixt one another.
Right. So how are the
How are you supposed to come up with
Norwegians
something?
and the Haitians both talking about him? My theory is the Norwegians are actually talking about orcas, but whatevs.
Oh, hey,
because they kind of look alike. Think about it: the tail,
right,
orca,
and far enough away.
and
obviously, like
if you think
depth,
about like
whatever.
if you've ever been on a cruise and you've ever been outside at night,
Ooh,
and like it's scary.
It's
pitch black, and like when one of your senses, all of your senses get heightened. So like,
yeah.
I think if the orcas are like in the water, like going ear, and
Right.
the fishermen can hear it, and they're like drunk or have syphilis or
like,
dying, and they're like, "Oh, she's calling me, gotta go."
Right.
And then they get dead. So
they get got.
That's my theory.
I believe it. And to add to this idea of like, how are we both talking about the same thing, but we don't know about each other?
Right.
Dragons had to be real at some point. They had to.
But here's my thing with dragons. I think there's a beast of some sort that's similar. Yeah. But think about it this way. Glasses don't exist.
Right.
I can see anything and be like, dragon. But, you know, like, I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely a dragon. And it's like
100%.
a big ass bird.
Right. But my thing is like the details of dragons between these different cultures and how there's similar. So many things that are so similar. And it's like, how do we all have some semblance of this kind of knowledge, but technically we're very separate. It's the same idea as
do you think maybe when we were a people as one, before Pangea, we created these things, and then when we all separated because of Pangea and like the bridge, whatever,
all of it,
that we kind of just were like talking about the same things because we were the same people?
I think it's a combo fried rice. Like I think it was like a chit chat of things that were existing at the time when we were all one. And so then while they were going their separate paths and, you know, like the earth was breaking up and shit, they still had some like through mouth and like, or like stories and whatever, word of mouth, all that stuff. Like that's what kept those things alive. And like, you know, do I think
Also,
there's like elements of fabrication and like,
right.
you know, embellishment?
But
Of
yeah, you gotta keep a
course.
story interesting.
Right. But the baseline was like, nah, we all know what's up.
Right.
Period.
Also, think about it, how weird. If I'm through like before Pangea,
Yeah.
PP.
Yeah.
Like, imagine
BP, not the oil spill.
No, not the oil spill. That's a crazy one too, though. Imagine I'm like, I'm over here. I decided to move, and I'm like, yo, the land bridge. I can come visit my fam whenever I want.
Right.
Like, we cool.
Slay.
Pangea happens. I'm like, yo, I can't go visit my family no more. They're dead.
You're done. Yeah.
Like, I'm stranded over here in
Yeah.
stupid America, and my mom's
Right.
over there in Europe. What the hell?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I really do believe it's probably like there was like a cute little group, you know, like we're like, hey, and then like someone's
Right.
like, oh my god, I'm kind of sick of the food here.
Right.
Kind of
I gotta.
over it.
I want to be my own person, mom, and then they
Right.
just like go away.
So
like,
like,
create
let
their
me go
own tribe.
search. They go search because you know we're humans, we're curious individuals. We're gonna want to explore. So they went. You know, Gabriela Montez, gotta go my own way.
Gotta my
They
way.
went, but then they didn't account for the fact that like the Earth was gonna break up.
Right, because who knew?
No one was gonna know that.
Right.
So then they're like, oh snap, I gotta start over. Like
right.
here where I'm
Imagine
at.
how like devastating that is, that you're like,
That's
oh my
what I'm
god, I
saying.
can't go back now. Like, I'm for real on my own. Like,
And
my little
it
land
makes-
bridge is gone.
That's what I'm saying. And then
That's crazy.
I could really
imagine
add
if you
to
lived
that
on the
theory.
land bridge.
That's crazy. Like low key,
Slay.
you could just like bop in, bop out.
Right.
I think it's like living in Manhattan and then like getting on the train to Brooklyn. I'm like, ooh, like.
Yeah, that's the same
I live
as
on the
Pangea.
train. Kinda. Basically, if you live in Brooklyn, I'm not going there.
No,
Like
22
that is
stops,
another
babe.
country. That's another
22
country
stops.
to me. Sorry.
No. Jennifer was like, yeah, I'm going to go to this thing. It's in Brooklyn after work. I said, 22 stops, babe.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Especially at night, like, no.
Have we ever told that story?
I don't. Did we? No, we're gonna save that for Halloween.
Yeah, we'll save that for the Halloween episode. 22 stops.
That's all you're gonna get for now. But yeah, all that to say, again, like, how is it that all these different cultures, like, the way that we interact with one another, very similar.
But also,
Very
like,
similar.
if this is like during dinosaur times,
Right.
like, maybe there is a dragon, but it's a dinosaur technically. By science standards.
Who's to say that it's not?
Right.
And again, we weren't around.
True.
And we weren't around. So how the hell are we going to know?
Right. Also, we don't really know what dinosaurs look like.
No.
That's another one. I don't even have that written down. We don't know what dinosaurs look like. Because we just found a bunch of bones that said, yeah, these go together.
Right.
Carbon dating.
Because I'm sorry.
They're from the same time.
I'm so sorry. What you're not going to do is tell me that a big ass T-Rex has little arms. That doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Just because they found the bones, be like, no, because they fit together, that's just what works. Everything else about this animal is large, but their arms.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't need it because they had a big ass head. They said, grunk.
Stomp, stomp, stomp.
I don't know.
Dinosaurs are just like whatever. You know, I never went through like a dinosaur phase. Also,
I did actually.
You definitely did.
Yeah,
you loved the dinosaurs.
Well, it's just very interesting. Like,
she's a step girl through and through.
Like, the whole like Ice Age.
I love that movie.
Okay. Moving on.
But no, actually. Listen.
What were you gonna say?
What I was gonna say is, well, you already started with Earth is Flat, so I might as well get into that one.
Okay, go ahead.
When Shane Dawson, pre-cancellation, pre-weirdo, pre all that stuff.
Right.
Definitely was in. I was in on that conspiracy theory bag. I was in there.
And he opened my eyes.
Yeah.
I said yes. I believe you.
Fact. The Chuck E. Cheese pizza. That is a fact. You cannot tell me otherwise. You can't tell me otherwise.
Yeah. But like Chuck E. Cheese pizza, kind of busting. It's busting.
Something about like there's certain ratchet ass foods that are just so good.
Yeah, like Little
I know
Caesars
they're
crazy
bad.
bread.
It's literally dough and cheese, like nothing special.
Nothing special, but so good, and it's like undercooked
Right.
too. Like it's like barely cooked bread. Like it's so good.
Like you're definitely gonna get a stomach ache after, but like
And
worth
I
it.
for sure do. But
Right.
delicious.
But when Shane Dawson mentioned the flat earth theory and like he explained it, I was like, but why does that like low-key make sense? Like
Yeah.
I understand. I'm not saying that I'm like, yeah, it is, but I'm like, but who's to say it isn't?
Yes. When he explained it with the dome,
That's what it was.
That's when it really made sense to me.
Right.
Because like to be out here and atmosphere, like that doesn't really make sense. But if you're living on a flat earth,
yes,
and then there's a dome on top, that's like our atmosphere. Right. And kind of like the separation between us and space.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense to me.
Right. I think where the theory falls flat, pun intended, is kind of like when you start thinking about like traveling. And when you think about
no, that's when it kind of makes sense. Space,
no, because think about it. If I'm in Asia and I'm going to North America, the flat earth theory kind of falls flat there because it's like it's not going to take me 26 days to get to Asia to North America. Maybe a couple hours. So like that means they'd have to be kind of close to each other. But then it's like we've only really seen
because it's a sphere. They're just like a straight shot.
Right. So I'm like, and if they're technically close to each other, do you see what I mean? Like that's.
But then I've seen that like they make a stop in like there's always a stop in Australia or something weird like that.
Right. Like if
so it's not always, it's never a straight shot. That's why the flat earth makes sense.
Correct. There's really no way for us to know because we're going to get into that right now. Why is it that if I were to travel to the Philippines right now, I'm stopping in Japan?
That's what I'm saying. Technically, you're passing it. So that's why flat earth. I don't know. As above is below. It, you remember that movie?
Which one?
As above is below. The one where they're like in Paris in the catacombs.
Who's in it?
Nobody important.
Oh.
There's like this girl. She's like in Paris. We'll watch it when you come. It's a good like scary movie.
Like actually scary? I don't like to be scared.
I don't like scary movies either. It's not that scary.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Just a little like spooky wooky.
Okay.
Just like spooky. It's like that's crazy, right?
Whoa.
It's like that kind of scary. That it's like oh my god, like that could actually be true. Like that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Not like demons and shit. I don't fuck with that.
Yeah, I don't do that. I'm not inviting them to my house. Yeah. Don't even play. Psychological thriller, here for it.
Yeah, all day.
I love what's the movie? Sydney Sweeney?
Voyagers?
That you guys have not seen a good psychological thriller film.
Yeah, you should go watch that.
Get onto it right now. Amazon Prime.
What was
We're
that
not
movie?
even sponsored.
What was that movie with Russell Wilson? What we watched?
About what?
Russell Wilson, Salma Hayek.
Not Russell. Owen Wilson.
Oh.
Russell Brand.
No, Russell Wilson is a person. They're brothers.
That's Luke Wilson.
Oh.
Luke and Owen are brothers. That one was called... I'm looking it up right now. That movie, to this day, I don't understand what happened.
I don't get it. Were they high? Were they not? I don't know.
You guys have to watch it. It was very weird. I don't know what... Bliss. There it is.
Bliss. On Amazon Prime as well.
Amazon Prime.
Sponsor us.
If you guys get some traffic, just know it came from us.
Right. Pay us more than 13 cents and we're yours.
But yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of the time that it takes you to go from here to here, come on, Kill. Lay it on us.
Oh, you want me to go?
Your biggest conspiracy theory as of ever of life.
This one is like, I die with this. Like this, the other one's like, okay, sure, I believe it.
Where
This one for sure, I believe. And it's
She's
more
being
of a
dead ass.
question than anything. And like maybe I sound like the girl from the TikTok, but like, what fucking time is it? Before time
just
zones.
leave it right there. What time is it?
What time is it really? Before time zones were created, what time was
You're
it?
correct. Yeah.
Before this random ass dude who was trying to support the train industry
Come on.
was talking about times and different time zones, what time was it?
Right.
Because that's the time I want to operate on. It's so stupid. Why is it that if I'm in a car here in Chicago, I go an hour away, now I'm in a different time zone?
Yeah.
Keep driving a couple more hours. Now I'm in a different time zone.
Yeah.
Huh?
And you know what?
And we're talking
Everyone always
multiple states. If I have in Kentucky, I think it is. There's like 3 different time zones in Kentucky.
In Florida, we have 2.
Right. Tallahassee is different time. Right? No.
No. It's
Pensacola.
There it is.
Yeah. I was like,
how?
I live in Tallahassee.
Right. I was like girl.
Yeah. Weird.
No.
I don't understand
and
it. Yes, and like, okay, whatever. It was for the trains. We've evolved.
But this is where that theory falls flat fully. There is a time zone in between Alaska and Russia. It is 1 mile. You walk across 1 mile. And in that 1 mile, you go from one day to the next day. Literally.
How does that make sense?
So today is what?
Same
Whatever
hemisphere.
It's
I'd rather
a mile apart.
I'd rather rock on hemispheres than anything else. If we're gonna do time zones, let's do hemispheres.
Right.
So, because I get it, whatever. It's this, but time is a construct. If I'm gonna say it's 6 a.m. and that's nighttime, then that's nighttime. In Alaska, when it's like the sun all day,
6 months, ain't nobody complaining over there.
It's bright as hell at midnight. So clearly they're not running on the same. Well, it's bright outside, so it has to be whatever.
And that's always what people say. They'll be like, "Oh, well, the sun needs to. It's when the sun goes down in Paris, 10 p.m. It's bright as hell."
Right. That's not normal for us.
No, for us, especially in New York, if it's wintertime, 4 p.m. it's dark as hell.
So like, what? Why does it matter? And it's like, okay, if I'm LA based and I'm working in Japan, like, that would make sense if we were on the same time, so that I could be like, yes, okay, it's this, and not doing fucking gymnastics in my head and be like, beep bop boop boop boop. It's 2 p.m. No,
I think it's crazy that in America we have 4 different time zones. Like, it should realistically be 2: east or west. The
Eastern,
end.
Central, Mountain.
What?
I was gonna say magnet, mountain, and Pacific. Right? Those are okay. 4.
Why do we have 4? I understand, obviously.
Yeah, if it was Eastern and Pacific, Atlantic, Pacific, makes sense.
Done. You're done.
Sure.
And then depending on where you are, if you're closer to the west, you're on the west. If you're closer to the east, you're on the east. The end. Boom. No big deal. But it's like, again, like you said, you're in Chicago. You drive up to Indianapolis. Now you get a whole hour. What?
Doesn't make sense.
Make it make sense. No. And if you're from Indianapolis driving to Chicago, you're losing an hour.
Listen, if I ruled the world, I would, to keep the peace, I would just do the 2 hemispheres and call it a day.
Just like, you're done.
Because like,
I think maybe if it was split into 4, I think if we could do the whole earth in 4.
How?
Because think about it. If it's east and west, that kind of understanding,
it still wouldn't make sense. Because you would still have the Russia-Alaska debacle.
And Russia's big, y'all. Like,
so is Alaska.
Huge. Right, they're huge.
I don't think we should even have Alaska, honestly. That's like barely us.
You already know.
Did you know there's a lot of black people who live in Alaska?
Yeah.
There's like a huge black population there.
Which is like literally wild.
That's crazy. That makes me think of, I had this friend in high school once. He was a basketball player. He moved to South Dakota.
That's not a real place.
And he came back because he was scared. He was like,
Yeah.
I like for sure.
North
got hit
Dakota,
like,
South
everything.
Dakota. Here are states that I generally believe don't exist. North Dakota, South Dakota.
Vermont.
Vermont's not real. What's another one? In the middle? Nebraska? Sometimes I believe it.
Sometimes. People be going there sometimes.
Yeah, and I'll be like, okay. The middle states, I don't even know. Like, to
Idaho.
me, not real. Not real. Iowa, not real. Even though I
Iowa's
know
real.
people.
I know people from Iowa.
Yeah, I know people. Fine, I'll take Iowa, but I'm not believing Idaho.
Yeah. Idaho.
Idaho's not real.
Idaho.
Not real. Idaho, Idaho. What else is in the middle over there?
I don't know. I'm not a geography major.
No. I got Google. So
right.
With Google, I can
Jennifer
do
barely
whatever.
knows how to leave her house. That's what she don't even know the geography in her like
geography
in her like 50-mile radius.
50? First of all, New York, Manhattan is only 10 miles. That's it.
The boroughs,
top to bottom.
That's 25.
Manhattan. I'm not going to Queens. I'm not going to the Bronx. I'm not going to Brooklyn. I just need to know right here. 10 miles.
And you barely know that.
Listen. With this, I can go anywhere.
Barely.
And that's all right. Then I don't need to be going there. I always say, I'm like, you guys, I'm very much a straight shooter when it comes to traveling. If it's not on my neck of the woods, I'm not going. That's just my rhetoric. I don't have time to be trying to figure out, I'm going to transfer to the train and then the bus.
And you wouldn't have survived in Pangea, let me tell you what.
No. Actually, that's a lie. No. Because I'm good with landmarks. I'm not good with streets.
Make a landmark. Left on. You're going to look at the same two trees? That's a landmark to you?
I could tell the difference between two trees. But between this street and that street, I'll figure it out. Be like, no, the one with the red line going through it, and the one with that mainly has green leaves.
Okay, dinosaur comes, breaks the tree. The tree's gone.
I'm landmark based when it comes to like directions.
No, I need streets.
Don't tell me. That is nothing to me.
Because if I leave that place, like when we go home, I need streets because now everything's gone. There's a Raising Cane's.
Right.
Where the Applebee's
First
used to
of
be.
all, what?
So now you can't run.
Crazy.
Now you can't run on Applebee's.
Right.
Because
in the corner,
Applebee's ain't there.
It's not there.
So where's?
But then I'll just know. I'll be like, oh, this is supposed to be on my right side, and then I'll be like, oh,
it ain't there either.
That's how I know. Then look at the Walmarts.
Whatever.
The local Walmarts.
Anyways. Anyways. Moving on.
Also, I miss Walmart in Florida.
Too. I miss like when Walmart was open 24/7 and you could just go at like 2 a.m. and fuck around. That was fun.
They don't do that no more.
The kids don't be doing that no more.
No. Walmart in the city, Target in the city, flop.
You have to find good ones.
Tina.
I found a good one.
I have to go to Brooklyn.
The best is when you find a Target that's the same layout as your home Target, and you're like, I know where I am.
I found one, and I was like...
When you come, we have to go to that Target, because that Target is like, it's like heaven on earth.
Chef's kiss.
I could be there for like 5 hours.
Oh my God. Because nothing beats our Target back home. I'm a firm believer.
No.
I miss her so much.
You know what I miss from Target? The freaking Bailey's. What? Bailey's Irish cream.
Oh my God.
With the chocolate cake. That was really good. And then they got rid of it.
Yeah, they did.
Why? Was I the only one eating it? Probably, but
they're haters. The same people who got rid of the sea salt caramel at Chili's. They hit them up and said, "Hey, do you have something delicious that
take it away.
Love? Get rid of it."
Do you like something? Do you have something that Kayleen and Jennifer like? Get rid of it.
Yeah, bye. You're done. Great. You're done.
Anyways,
back to it.
Back to conspiracy theories. Go ahead.
Pyramids. Wow.
You know what? I did. This is an update to our conversation a couple weeks ago.
Let's hear it.
I did see a video about it. Water. They used water.
What do you mean?
To move the heaviest stones.
Where did the water come from?
It was up here. like there was a drought, and we are in the drought currently. But there was a lot of water before. Think about it. Moses in the basket.
Yep.
Water. So there was like a whole ass water system, and it like went up into the pyramids, and then it would drop the stone, and it was like a whole like conveyor belt with water.
And then think about like mirages and stuff, like how like
Right.
when you're in the desert long enough, you'll start to see water. Like
Right.
maybe that water is real, and only certain people
Maybe.
can see it.
Right. Water. That's what I saw the other day.
Damn.
But also, I think it's interesting. We discovered a couple weeks ago. There's more pyramids
Yes.
than just the ones
because
in
they're
Giza?
technically, yeah. They're technically grave sites, is what it is, like a giant cemetery.
Right.
And so, like each pharaoh or whatever had their own little section with their people.
Right.
But those are the ones that like stood out, and they're
Right.
still up.
But there's this big one, this big pyramid in like in their like mountains,
Right.
supposedly. But like people
like
think that they're old pyramids. But like think about it. We all had pyramids. The Aztecs, the Mayans had pyramids. All alien based. I'm not saying I believe in that sometimes. But
who's to say? This is my thing. Who's to say that these things are not real? Like what legs are you standing on that you can confidently tell me no, a definitive no? You can't. There's nothing you can say.
My thing with the aliens is, do I think that they're real? Yes.
Yeah.
But
do I think that they're green, slimy looking creatures?
No. I think they're an easy cop out for things, you know,
the unexplained,
right?
To explain the unexplainable, aliens.
Instead of actually thinking about it and like cognitively thinking about it, right? We're just gonna be like aliens.
But you know why? I think it's because, like, especially for the people, if you're like this, sorry, I'm not meaning to come for you, but I am. For the people who are like, they just can't, they cannot live life without an explanation. Like everything can be explained away. I think for those kind of people, aliens is already like a reach, but it's better than a question mark. So they'd rather like
as opposed
close
to
the
being
box,
like,
put it away, it's done.
God, they go aliens.
Exactly. It's either God or it's aliens. Like,
right.
It can't be anything else.
Right.
Who's say God's not working with the aliens? You can't.
You can't say it. I don't know. Yeah, pyramids. Those are interesting, man. But the
even
water,
the Alexandria Library,
right,
gone. And it was like even I watched a whole thing on it.
Have you keep seeing on TikTok of like these girlfriends asking their boyfriends how many times they think about the Roman Empire? Is that real? Are they fucking with them? Like,
no. Gabby, hey, shout out to Gabby. She showed me a video like last week, and like her man literally said something like, "Yeah, like 3 times a day." I said,
yeah.
What?
And then I was like, okay, maybe those are just American men. But then I saw my Cuban people, Yoeli Mari, on TikTok, and she asked him, she's like, Yoel, how many times do you think about the Roman Empire? And he's like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 times a week. So men are created this equal. In Cuba, this Cuban man just got to America. Just got to America, and he's always thought about the Roman Empire.
Right. I did see one though that was like, how many times do you think about the Roman Empire? And then the man said, Nicki Minaj is an empire.
So maybe is it just straight men?
I don't know. He was straight.
Oh.
Nicki Minaj.
Roman.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever thought about the Roman Empire.
Never. I think, the only time I think about it, maybe Easter. And even then, barely, if I'm being completely honest. Who killed Jesus? The Romans. That's the only time.
The Romans.
Only time. But either ways.
Right.
Never think about the Romans.
The pyramids. The pyramids are a wonder and a master. And, when I get to heaven one day, I'm asking. Maybe
you know
he
what?
did.
To add to the pyramids, I'm gonna add what we talked about a couple days ago and what pissed off Kale, the Stonehenge. Go ahead and
No.
share your gripe.
What is
Share
my
your gripe
gripe?
about the stone, because we were looking at a video of the
Oh, you're talking about the
Stonehenge.
toes?
No, not the toes. We can talk about that one. We're talking about the Stonehenge, and they're showing like a video of it. And then this guy's like going around showing the formation, and this guy's like, "Oh, do you see how this one's like a little bit different?" He's like, "Yeah, it was placed with
Oh.
some. It was filled with cement in like it was filled with cement in like the 60s."
No,
And
it
Killian's
toppled
like,
over. It toppled over.
"No, no, no.
No, there was one that
It
filled
was
with
a
cement, and there was one that fell, and they put it
fell."
back up.
So Kale, literally, we watched the whole video, and Kale goes immediately. She's like, "So it's fake," and I was like, "What?"
It is fake.
No,
Because
it's not.
this is why I'm saying it. This is one of the 7 wonders of the world.
Right.
You cannot
It's
be a
still
wonder.
a wonder.
It's not a wonder. It fell down.
Only one of them fell down.
No,
and
it's
one
a wonder why
almost
it's
slipped.
still here. That's the wonder. But it's not still here if you're preserving it. It wouldn't be as cool. That's like saying the Tower of Pisa fell down and we put it back up. It tilted. That's not cool no more. It's cool that it's tilted and it's still up. It's the same shit.
So Kale literally was like, "Oh, never. I don't never want to be there. I never want to see it. That's fake."
Well, also it's
Waste
kind of
money."
scary because you know Stonehenge
Right.
is a fucking portal. I don't want to end up in fucking, I don't know, 1879. Scary.
What's the show?
I don't think my people even existed then. My people don't show up in the history books till like 1965.
Listen,
Cuba was
I
still
still
a wonder.
believe.
That's another question I have. Where are the Hispanics in history? We don't show up in the history books until Cesar Chavez decided to go on a hunger strike.
Well, technically,
And then the Cubans don't even show up until fucking Guantanamo and the pigs.
again, technically, Hispanics didn't exist until post-colonization, because it still took some time for Hispanics to be created. Like the concept, the everything, the land, the people, that took time. So they came over. Indigenous people were there. The Spaniards went over. Okay, they're mixing, they're mingling, doing other
Mixing
things.
and they're mingling.
Mixing and mingling and taking and mingling and yeah, all of the things. That took probably a century to fully develop into a subculture.
But
which
even
is now
when they're
a
talking
main
about
culture.
when they're talking about Ruby Bridges, where did we go?
That's what I'm. That's where I don't understand.
We didn't go to school?
In America, especially. Never speak about Asian people.
No.
Never speak about Hispanic people in terms of civil rights and stuff.
Right.
It's only black and white. Where was everybody else? They were here. I know it. The gold rush happened. That's
where did I go to
of
school?
Asian
Because
people
I know
came.
where the rest of my, like, when people think of Cuban, they think of white people. Where did my people go to school?
Right.
Because I didn't go to school.
Did you guys go? Did you go on our side or did you go on the other side?
I think I went on your side because technically
Right.
I have color on my skin.
Right. So they're like, too much.
I mean, maybe in the winter I switched schools. I don't know.
It's
a
bipartisan.
What are you doing here?
Ariana, what are you doing
What are
here?
you doing here? Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's always been very
That's
interesting.
weird.
They never talk about it.
Back to Stonehenge. But then we saw the thing. We saw this like map, and it was like the Easter Island was like the head, and then Stonehenge was like the toes, and then there was like some shit in between. I don't know.
Right, and so they're like, it's actually making up a body. Like all the 7 wonders, are making up a body.
A body. Freaky.
But how did they make the heads in Easter Island?
That one I don't know. See, but that's a wonder.
Okay. Stonehenge is still a wonder.
No, it fell down.
Not the whole thing, like one pillar.
Okay, get that shit out of there. And don't tell me about it.
You're like the last to know.
That's
they
like
did
top
that
secret
thing in the
information.
80s.
Don't say that.
No, it's still a wonder how. Okay, fine. The one that got filled and the one that fell, no longer a wonder.
Take them out.
But the rest of them, still a wonder. How one, they're
Sure.
holding up, and two, how they got there.
Right. But as a whole, you kind of ruined the whole masterpiece of it all. The question is, one, how did they get there? Two, how is it still there?
Right.
Those are the two questions. You could still be like, how did they get here?
So you're saying they should have just let it fall? The one that was thinking about falling, they should have let it fall. I agree with that.
Preserve it.
Right.
Preserve history as it is. Don't change it.
Right.
Don't uphold history.
It's kind of like the all the Colosseums and all the good stuff broken down.
If they were to
go to the Acropolis,
right? If they were going to build up the Colosseum, it's not cool anymore.
Right. No, I get what you mean. You want it to have
because now you
just
changed history
because it's new.
Right.
It's no longer old, and like you said, it's no longer cool. I agree. You got me.
Sold. Okay, moving on. We will talk about the last one I wanted to talk about, but we'll save that for another day. OJ,
we could always bring that one up.
OJ, you know who we are. Okay. Don't hit my line because you kind of scared me.
No.
If I ever see OJ in the
that is crazy, but moving on.
Where would OJ go to school? He knows where you would go to school. Moving on. Mandela effects.
Yeah, get into it.
Freaky.
What is a Mandela effect, actually?
When?
Do you know? No, what is it? For the people who don't.
Nelson Mandela.
Right. So it originated from Nelson Mandela because when Nelson Mandela, I'm totally butchering this, but when Nelson Mandela was president and then they sent him, or did he become president before or after? Not important. He got sent to jail.
Right.
And there was a huge population of people who genuinely believed Nelson Mandela had died in jail. Like that was a no.
I thought so.
Right. He died in jail. But then when people would look up, be like, no, honey, he's still alive and kicking. He didn't die until years later.
Right.
Like, what? Mandela effect. It started with him. And now there's like a sub thing, right, of like there a group of us can remember something visibly. Like we're like, this is what happened.
Right.
But then when you look up online, completely different.
But you know what? Like, I keep saying, like HBO has been changing a bunch of shows and Disney Plus that are different than the original. I saw the other day there was this scene in Friends and there was like YouTube and then HBO and they're different.
So they're cutting it up differently.
They're like it's like editing. It's the same scene. They're just doing different things.
See, I don't like that because it feels like you're gaslighting me.
You are gaslighting. That's what Mandela effects are. You're gaslighting me into thinking. Yeah. Like, I know that was real.
Right. What you're not going to do. If there's anything you can take for anything of mine, don't gaslight me.
Right.
Like for Kale, it's don't lie to her. But
same shit.
Low key, same thing.
You're lying to me.
I know my truth. And if you're going to sit here and tell me that I don't remember something the way that everyone else remembers it.
Yeah.
You're going to be in trouble.
No, you're in trouble. You're making me upset.
Right. I don't like it, babe.
So starting off, the one that everybody knows, the Berenstain Bears.
Right. So the Mandela effect is that it was Berenstain or Berenstein, like the way the spelling. And for me, that wasn't even my Mandela effect. My Mandela effect was bear. Like it was BEAR.
The Berenstain Bears. Yeah.
Because they're fucking bears. Why are they not bears?
Right. Right. No, I get what you're saying. But mine was always, I think where the whole Mandela effect lies is because of the song. Because she was like, she had a twang to her song. She's like, Berenstain Bears.
Right.
But it's Berenstain? Berenstain. It's Stain.
Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
Lies you tell.
So we're gonna take a little quizzy quiz with you guys.
A little,
because now that we know that that's a thing, we're gonna do it all the time.
Get locked and get loaded. Right.
All right, ready, friends?
Let's get into it.
Which
Let's get
one
into
is
it.
the correct name of these bears? Berenstain? Stain or Stein?
Stein. See, that's Stein.
I'm going to go Stain.
And now I don't even know. Yeah, me too.
Okay, Stain.
Maybe
Wrong.
that's not the real next button. What? We didn't even get a question.
Yeah, it was wrong. Oh, I got the wrong on
Wait.
Tom's. Wait, huh?
His eyes are yellow.
Yeah, his eyes are yellow.
Some people remember Tom's eyes were white, but Tom's eyes were yellow. I don't remember that.
I remember.
Eh?
Okay, next.
Do you remember?
What is the warning phrase on the passenger side? What? Objects in mirror may be closer
Objects in
than
the
they
mirror may be closer than they appear.
Objects in mirror. Yeah, may.
I think it's maybe.
I think may too. Next. Wrong. We suck at this.
Literally. No, we're getting gaslit.
Objects in mirror are closer. No, it's may. You're a liar.
No, they changed that in like the last 10 years or something. I don't know.
Fruit Loops?
Fruit Loops or Fruit Loops? It's Fruit Loops double O. And if they say that that's not true, you're a liar.
Oh, it's here. Loops. Fruit. Yeah, double O. Fruit Loops.
There's no way that it's
correct.
Not.
Fruit.
Okay.
Fruit Loops. Next.
That's a crazy way to spell fruit.
No, that's actually buggy. Okay. Is Mount Everest the highest? No, I heard that once.
No. It's
somewhere in Africa.
The thing. No, India. I thought it was India.
Correct. Ecuador. We're both lying.
What? Whoa.
Ew.
Got that fully wrong.
Yeah.
Chimborazo? I've never even heard of that. Chimborazo.
Get out of here. Okay. What is the... I've heard of this one. What is the Queen's famous line in the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? What's the difference? Mirror.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, magic mirror.
Magic mirror, mirror, mirror. So wait, pause before you even answer this. There is truth. This one was actually a gaslighting, a full gaslighting. Yes, because the original is mirror, mirror, but they then changed it to magic mirror, and it was never mirror, mirror. But this one girl I saw on TikTok, she's like, I had a storybook that I grew up, and she's like, I grew up in like the 70s, had all the like, you know, all the stuff for like fairy tales and stuff. And she's like, it is mirror, mirror. And she opened the book and literally showed you. It says mirror, mirror on the wall. But when people would go on YouTube and type clip of the Queen saying whatever, the famous line, she says magic mirror. But there's two versions. The OG OG and the fake OG. So really, they're going to say it's magic mirror, but really it is mirror, mirror. Gaslight. That one's an actual gaslight. Don't come for me.
Correct.
No, we're gonna.
All right, moving on.
Do you remember Curious George's long tail? He didn't have one.
He didn't have one?
No.
Huh.
I remember him having one, but he didn't have one. That's the answer.
He just had a nub? Correct.
Nothing. Which is a little disturbing.
Yeah, that is.
But I feel like I remember him grabbing stuff, like grabbing a banana with his tail. But
yeah.
apparently that never happened.
What about Pikachu's tail?
Neither.
Do you remember that its tail tip was black?
I thought he had a black tip on the end of his tail.
Yeah, I thought so too. His ears and tail tips were black.
That's what I thought.
They're going to say it's wrong. I know it. Because they're gaslighters. Wrong.
Right. Well, if you Google it, you'll see lots of images of Pikachu with a black tip, tail, and ears. However, the original character never had such a design. Then how did we have that?
Right.
Where did we come up with that?
Yeah. It's gaslighting is what it is. Ain't no Mandela, ain't nothing this, the boops.
You know what? I'm calling Mandela effect. I'm calling it gaslight.
Right.
One and the same.
One and the same. We just didn't have that.
And speaking of gaslighters, we're also going to talk about a close cousin to a gaslighter, a scammer.
Amen.
Okay? And we're not going to just talk about any regular scammer because you know a few in your life.
Right.
We're going to talk about professional scammers.
People who you wouldn't think are scammers, but they are.
But they are.
And
Why
again,
don't you lead the charge? Lead the charge for us.
Tin Hat is on.
Activation.
Dentist.
Are scammers.
Scams. I once in my life, I went when I was 10 years old, and then I didn't go again until I was 20. Was that a wise decision? Maybe not.
No.
Nothing was wrong with me. No
No.
cavity, no nothing. Everything was cool. Maybe I need to brush my gums a little bit more. Cool, fine, whatever.
Right.
But people who go to the dentist every month, every 2 months, frequently,
they have a new thing every time.
Every time they go, there's something wrong. Well, you need to come back in 3 weeks. You need to come back in 2 weeks. You have cavities. You need a root canal. You need a crown. You need this. But if I don't go, and it's not the same as like, because when I tell people this, they're like, well, yeah, if you don't go, you don't have anything. No, I went.
No.
I went.
Literally
and I didn't have anything. So how come people who go all the time have problems?
A bunch of stuff. I recently, same kind of story, went to the dentist like last year for the first time since like senior year of high school.
Right.
I'm sitting there waiting, laying down. I hate the dentist, number one. Least favorite medical activity of all. Anxiety inducing, like nobody's business.
Plus, I feel like I'm gagging the whole time. Like,
I don't. Fun fact about me, I don't do teeth. Like, teeth scare me, freak me out. I'm terrified. Whatever.
Biggest fear.
So I'm literally sitting there, whatever. Some dude comes in, just like, I'm like, okay. And then literally like checks me. He's like, all right, you're good to go. I'm like, I haven't gotten my cleaning yet. And he was like, oh, okay. Well, just wait. They'll do that, but you're good. I'm like, what? Number one, the organization, horrible.
Right, horrible.
But number two, you're telling me I haven't gone to the dentist in like 7 years, 6 years. Okay, I can do math, like 5 years. And nothing's wrong. But I remember going as a kid, cavities, cavity. Oh, this, that, oh, the third. And they're always trying to sell you something, bro.
Right.
I'm sitting there.
You need this, you need that.
They're like, oh my gosh, would you be interested in Invisalign?
This is my gripe with dentists and Invisalign. You are not an orthodontist. You are not classified to tell me anything about that.
And the best part, so you guys can see my teeth exposing. I have very minor gaps. Like, I have a pretty straight smile. Like, it's literally just like a... I've always been told if I were ever to get braces, it wouldn't be a long process. Like, it would be quick.
Braces shouldn't be that long. When I had braces, it was for 9 months. People who have braces for 6-7 years, scam.
Wild. And honestly, on max would probably be 3 months. That's all I would need. And maybe push it to 6. Right. Fine. Push. Ultimate push. Why were they telling me, okay, come in the office, I'll give you some more information about it? I'm like, all right, just for shits and giggles. Like, why not? I'm going to need it for 1 to 2 years. I don't have anything foundationally wrong with my mouth. Like,
right.
So I'm paying monthly.
The reason why it takes long is like if you have to adjust your jaw,
my bite,
if you have
whatever.
to do that. Like, but if it's just
good,
a simple
it's just some
straightening,
spacing. That's it.
Then
they were telling me, oh yeah, and after your insurance covering, which covered a huge chunk, they're like, yeah, it's going to be $6,000. What? Huh? No, I'm good. Actually, I'm so good on that. I didn't even ask for this, number one.
Right.
And then number two, next time I went to the dentist, I don't know, and see? They're like, you need to come 6 months later. I said, okay, made my appointment. They're like, so we're going to do a deep cleaning. Do not waste your time or money getting a deep cleaning, okay? I'm speaking from my experience. I will not be doing that again. I spent $200 out of my money on top of my insurance to get a deep cleaning. Shit lasted 15 minutes.
Oh.
What are you deep cleaning? Like, when I remember like going as a kid, like when they did deep cleaning, it was like dead ass. I don't know if the new techs are like lazy or they're tired.
No, last time I went to the dentist because I was gaslit into thinking I had to go, because every time I tell people I don't go to the dentist, they're like, that's not very good for your health. Da, 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 da. So I went. And shit lasted 30 minutes, not even.
Deep cleaning. My teeth look the same before and
Right.
after. Like,
I
at this
felt
point,
the same.
the only time you're going to see me go to a dentist from now on, fine, I'll do my annual checkup.
It was a glorified floss. It was what it was.
Yeah. If I want to get a bleaching or like a whitening service, fine, you'll see me there. But even then, I'm going to do my research because y'all are not going to charge me $600 to get a teeth whitening service.
And even
when,
and
no.
this is my own personal gripe with dentists, but like one time I went to go do a bonding on my teeth, which is like just like a little thing, a little paste that they put so it looks like your teeth are together. Because it's just like the space right here. I've gotten braces before, didn't fix it, so I just need a bonding so that it looks nice.
Right.
Purely cosmetic.
Purely.
Dentist was like, no, you don't need that. Like, it's going to wear off. It's not a permanent solution. You should just get braces again. Da, 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 da. And I said, you're not an orthodontist.
No.
So just give me my bonding and let's move on. I understand it's not a permanent fix, but when it falls off or something happens, I'll come back.
Replace it. That's how it works.
So she did it.
They just want to always tell you something.
I didn't always boss up. So I didn't boss up in that situation. I won't lie. I got a little nervous and I was like, okay. And then I called my mom and then my mom talked to her.
Your mom bossed up for you.
Yeah.
But you know what? It taught you next time going into it. I said what I said and you're going to do it.
I said, Mom, she told me I couldn't do it. Fully 23 years old.
Right. But like, listen, there's just some things like I'm not ready for that yet. Like, I'm a grown child.
Like going to the doctor without my mommy
is scary.
I'm just a teenager.
Right. Like, where's my mom?
Like,
you know who else is a scammer? Dermatologists.
Okay. Explain.
Wow. And this is just, again, I'm speaking fully on my own experiences.
Right.
So in like middle school, high school, I had a couple skin things that were happening. Like I used to get these really weird like sunspots, and they gave me this shampoo to like put it on, and then that would like help it. So I would have to like take a shower and do my thing. No, it wasn't bleaching. It was just like an ointment, essentially, with like treatment in it. So they were just like, okay, after you take a shower, put it on there, let it sit for like 10 minutes. So imagine like you're taking a shower. Now I'm just wet for like 10 minutes, just chilling, because I got to shower again to take this off. And I'm just like standing in the nude. Like, it's fine, I guess. Whatever. Just to rinse that stuff off. And when I tell you, I did the first round of treatment. What happened? Nothing.
Right.
Second round, same thing. I said, okay. I literally remember one time I went in because I got so mad. I was getting like, I was ranting to my mom, like, this stuff is like so dumb. It doesn't work. And I went in there, like, how's it going? I'm like, it doesn't work. I'm like, please do not prescribe me the shampoo anymore. Like, it doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. I've been doing it for like 5 months now. Nothing has happened. And they're like, okay. Yeah, I hear you. Get my little thing, go to CVS. What did I get? Another round of shampoo. I said, you know what? I don't care. I'm not using it. I'm done. So then I literally was like, I had ran out of moisturizer or whatever in that time period. And I was like, I'm just going to put coconut oil on my face. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I was just coconut oiling my face every single day. Honestly, out of laziness, like pure laziness. Sunspots gone in literally like 2-3 weeks. And I'm like,
yeah.
Interesting. They could have just told me that. But no, y'all are trying to make a buck, and you just keep going.
You know what? I wasn't really rocking with you on this dermatologist thing, but listening to you talk about it reminded me. Remember when I had that really bad psoriasis around my nose?
Yep.
In high school, it's like it still comes like in waves here and there.
You have flare-ups, right?
But I like maintain it with like Neosporin. Neosporin, like
right.
If that's you have a cut next to me, best believe I have Neosporin on me.
She got on deck.
So.
Neosporin sponsor her,
please. Oh my god, that would make my life if Neosporin sponsored me. And so I went to the doctor, the dermatologist, and I told them like, like, what is that? Is it eczema, psoriasis? Right. What is it? They said, I really don't know. Okay.
Who went to school for 12 years?
Right. I'm coming in here, the hypochondriac, like, is it psoriasis? Is it giving you a list of things that it could be. I really don't know.
No
then
idea.
they gave me this sample of this thing. Didn't work. Only made it worse, actually.
Yeah.
And now it's gone. So, I mean, it's not fully gone. One time, I got really drunk, and Jennifer bathed me and to put me in bed, and she didn't put cream on my face. I woke up in the morning.
Oh my God.
My face was so dry. I said, Jennifer.
I was like, I didn't know, because I don't put anything before. Like, I only wash my face at night, and I only moisturize in the morning. Like, that's it. Like, I don't do anything more, anything less.
My face was like, I look like a snake. You know when the Sahara dries up and it's like, that's what my face looked like. I was like, Jennifer, you don't think to put a lotion on my face?
I'm like, I don't do that, so I didn't think about that.
I was picking for hours.
Right. Sorry, I should have prevented that from you.
Also ruining my dermatillomania, like triggering my dermatillomania, like to pick at my skin.
I simply did not know. It was because I'm bathing you drunk, girl. I'm drunk too. So the fact that you got bathed was good enough.
Right.
Like, woo.
Yeah, that was.
I did the Lord's work.
Hey. Me too. We've
had those moments.
We've all done
it.
Come on.
Tit for tat.
You've never bathed your friend. Be quiet.
Come on.
You're a liar.
Right.
You're a bad friend.
You need to do that.
You're either a liar or a bad friend.
Get into it. If you're letting your friend get in their bed with their nasty ass club clothes
and feet,
you hate them. You hate them. Oh, especially when we were in college.
Especially Jennifer
sandals going out.
No, especially Jennifer that will like take off her shoes in an instant.
Oh yeah, I'm barefoot Betty all day.
Nasty.
I can't. Sorry, but yeah, another dermatologist scam. I had there was like a weird thing happening like in between. You know, like that crease.
That's happening right now to me. We talked about that a couple podcasts ago.
Exactly. So I had that situation. They did lab testing, like all the things. Came back like it's literally nothing. Like you're good. Here's a little ointment, whatever, and it was just making it more dry. Right, because I thought it was like a fungus or something that had grown. Like I didn't even have boobs back then, so ain't nothing happening in between. But okay. So literally, like it was like antifungal, whatever, and it just like really irritated that skin, and that skin there is very sensitive, and so I was just like, what the hell is going on here? Like I don't understand. Whatever. And my last one is literally created insecurities. Doctors will create insecurities for you, in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
I went to the dermatologist, and I think this was for the sunspots. I'm sitting there chilling, you know, waiting for the doctor to come in. She's like, okay. She's like, are you here to get your face lasered? What? Or she said your sideburns. She was like, oh, are you here to get your sideburns lasered? I was like, no, I'm here for like my sunspot. She's like, oh, okay. And I was like,
you know, I've never understood that. The whole taking off the sideburns. I've never understood.
I shave them.
You do?
It's only when these get like annoying. But for me, it's because like I have braids. So that whatever doesn't fit in this one braid, you're gone. Like just for
the bitches who like wax them. I don't get it.
And I shave the side of my neck too.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Because the kitchen gets it can get tangly wangly back there.
You know the first time I heard about a kitchen was in Grey's Anatomy?
What?
Yeah, because they had adopted Zola, their little baby from, I don't know where she was from. And Derek had to take care of her one day, and he did her hair, but she looked a mess. So Bailey was like, of course, let me teach you something. So then she taught him, and then Derek came home all excited with Zola, and he was telling Meredith, he's like, you know, Zola has a kitchen? And Meredith was like, yeah.
Where have you been? See, and these are things, if you're going to, I'm not getting into that right now.
No, we're not going to get into that. That's another way past Tin Hat. That's like, just like word to your mother.
But moving on. Anyways, yeah, literally. So here I am, 14 years old. Now I'm like, oh, so I have hair all over my body. Thank you for telling me that. Right. And again, it takes nothing to build an insecurity, especially at 14. You just tell me, oh, you walk a little funny.
That's what people go to the dermatologist and they're like, so you're here for Botox? And I'm like, oh, no.
Am I? do I need that? And now I'm crying to my dad, like,
I
need $500
I need
because I have to get laser. I have to get laser on my sideburns. I look crazy. And he's like, what is that? Like, he has no idea what's going on.
Right.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, scam.
Next. Next.
This one, Kayla and I have differing opinions.
Based on mine is solely based on evidence.
And so is mine.
Mm.
The next one is chiropractors. I believe chiropractors are scammers. Killian doesn't.
I don't.
But the reason I believe chiropractors are scammers are because you have to go 2-3 times a week.
Not always.
If what you're
2-3 times a week for 6 weeks, and then it's over.
Let me finish.
They gotta fix the problem.
Okay, if you're just giving me a quick fix, and every time I come is my quick fix, it's not
a quick fix.
But
it's
it is
2 to 3 times a week for like a couple weeks, and then it's fixed.
But then your ass is gonna come back in a couple months. Oh, I'm still getting these pains, whatever. Then you're not solving my problem. You're just prolonging the short-term pain.
Have you ever been?
Oh, wait,
you used to go to a chiropractor.
Yeah. It's a scam. I'm telling you.
Listen, maybe you just went to a bad chiropractor.
No.
Because have you ever seen this one video really
I watched the guy.
The guy who could not stand up straight from like Pakistan?
Again.
And then now he walks around the world head up.
Okay. Good for him. I'm glad he can walk.
People with scoliosis.
Your brain, you forget that your brain is very powerful. If I say this water is going to take away my headache.
Stand up and walk. What are you, Jesus?
Jesus did it.
Jesus is not powerful.
Okay.
What are you, stand up and walk?
Iconic. But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if I told myself this water is going to heal my headache, I'm not going to have a headache anymore after I drink this whole thing of ice tub water. Headache's gone, babe. Your brain is powerful enough. So if you're like, this chiropractor is going to get me right, he's going to get you right.
You're saying that the man from Pakistan willed himself to walk.
I don't know about the man from Pakistan. I can't speak on him. All I can speak on is like the people that are like, oh my God, I have back pain. And then they go to the chiropractor like, oh my God, I have back pain again in like 4 days. And like, I got to keep going and I got to keep going and I got to keep going.
No, I think those people are abusive. I do. It's the same people who were in therapy for like 6 to 7 years with the same bitch.
How?
You need a new therapist.
Right, because your therapist is doing a poor job.
Shit ain't working.
That's what I'm saying. That's my belief, is that same thing, where it's like, this problem should be solved by now, and if it's not...
But that's a therapist. That's a therapist's therapist issue, not chiropractic.
But I'm saying it's the same thing, but add chiropractic, remove therapy. Same thing. If you have to if you have a chiropractor for the last 8 years... something's wrong. You might need
But those people are abusive. My dog agrees.
Woof. But yeah, those are a scammer. Those are
Moving on.
Professional scammers.
Keeping my tin hat on. There are some relationships, PR relationships, if you will, that
Correct.
I don't believe in them. Like, you can't fool me.
The PR is not strong enough.
No. Like, for example, starting us off strong, I think most people will agree.
Yeah.
Justin and Haley.
Yeah, facts. I don't...
The 5 years... The 5 years is up. Something's going to happen.
Ariana's still in my visa.
Like, they didn't even post on their anniversary.
And they only posted after the one... that one person that always talks about all the celebrities and blind items.
Right.
After they made the video, boop.
Right.
And it actually killed me because it really was giving like Haley drafted that statement and posted it on Justin's behalf.
No. People have been saying for months that Haley has access to Justin's Instagram to promote Road.
Yeah. He don't give a damn.
The funniest video I've ever seen in my whole life is a video of Haley and Justin walking to their car, and paparazzi, Haley, you heard about Selena, blah, blah, blah. And he puts her in the car, he walks over to his side and they're like, yo, when are you gonna leave Haley for Selena? You ever gonna go back to Selena? Laughs. He just looks at the camera and smiles and laughs and gets in the car. Now, one person could say that he's laughing, oh, that's so ridiculous. Or he's laughing because he's like, yeah.
Yeah. LOL.
Tin hat.
LOL, Kate.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with Justin and Selena. Like, I genuinely believe that they're toxic for each other. They should not be together.
No.
However, me, 13, it's not about me as like an adult thinking logically. I'm thinking about the perspective of my youth.
It's not even about Haley or Selena. It's that
no.
I just despise Haley. Honestly, truthfully. I wasn't even a believer. I just think she's so fucking dumb. And so like out of touch. To sit in an interview and be asked about it and then be like, you know, I don't think it's a me or Selena issue. I think it's that they just love to pit women against. No, we don't like you.
It's simply
it's you
because
it's not even in comparison to her. We don't like you, and neither does your husband.
Here's the thing: knowing of Haley prior to like when she became wifey, I knew her as stalking Justin's whole life on the boardwalk.
Right.
And I'm bringing that back. She was really on 10. Like, she was his mega super fan, and he would look at her and be like, okay. Like, her uncles bring over, like, this is my niece. And he's just like, cool. Nice to meet you.
I'm going to go have dinner with my girlfriend, Selena.
Right. Not really checking for her like that. And he would dog her when they were
He still
friends.
dogs her out.
Yeah. But he would just... It was just comical that, like, anytime him and Selena had a tiff, who's right there? She's the forever rebound. And it's the fact that, like, yes, she's a wife. She got the ring. Woo. Still the rebound. Like, we only see you as that.
I saw a video. Oh, my God. I cried a little, honestly. I saw a video. It's, like, in their wedding footage, like, Justin and Haley, where he's, like, constantly checking his phone. Like, he's really distraught. Like, he's upset. And it's because he called Selena like 30 times on their wedding day. That's why her song Ring, Ring, Ring.
Yeah. That song eats.
That song does eat. But like, he loves that woman.
That's the one that got away.
Like, that's why was it that when after they got married, he was depressed? Yeah, because he just married you, fool.
And then also think about it. Again, as women, like, we do have great influence once we're in relationships. We have great influence. To see the material with Justin and Selena, Swaggy P, he looks great.
Swaggy P.
Justin and Haley, homeless.
He doesn't care.
Shake. That picture, you know what we're talking about. That is so disrespectful.
To go to your wife's event. And the biggest thing, honestly, for me, is that you can't sit here and tell me that your husband loves you so much. Because when all the myths, like when it got really, really bad recently between just Haley and Selena, right.
And that,
all he had to do was go on his phone and put out a statement. That's all he had to do.
And did he?
And no, he did not. Because he doesn't give a fuck about you. And I think he thinks it's rather comical, actually.
Because I'm sorry. That is you talking about the paparazzi saying something about Selena and him laughing. That's happened multiple times.
Right.
Like,
very and then the last one where they were leaving that restaurant and she was in the strawberry makeup, whatever. They had just left the road event. And she goes towards the car and he walks in the opposite direction and walks down the street. That's just proceed to sit down on the curb and talk to paparazzi. And I saw a video, and maybe I'm gullible.
She calls all of her paparazzi.
Obviously. And he looks at the paparazzi and they're like talking to him, like chit-chatting normal. And he goes, well, you already made a deal with the devil, so.
And again, I'm sorry, the way Justin talks about their marriage, he's like, yeah, it was an arranged marriage, blah 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 blah. Sir, you're not helping your case. Like,
Right.
if the case is that,
But the thing
guys, we
is
got to
like,
keep it under the
right. If you have to
wraps.
keep it under wraps, you have to make them believe it. Make us believe it. But
That's
I think
what I'm
it got to.
saying.
I think they tried in the beginning.
He did try in the beginning for sure with the wedding and
Right.
the spread.
And
But
the
even
album.
during the spread, you can tell that like he's not 100% in it. Like, it's literally giving like they're together, they're taking pictures together, but it's him and her. There's none
And
of
I
they're not
honestly,
together
I forget that they're married all the time.
all the time. All the time. Especially like when he went through that period where like he was like basically radio silence.
Right.
I was like, oh yeah, he's married.
And she loves to
forgot.
tell us, my name is Haley Baldwin Bieber. Okay.
We do not care. Like, before you were
care.
Haley Bieber, you were Kendall Jenner's friend. Like,
Right. And barely that. Have you seen the
Yeah.
video of the like Kim, Kendall, and Haley at the Adele concert? And Adele like ignores Haley. And then Kendall goes, "Are you okay?" And she's like,
and you know what? I feel bad for Haley.
I
I
don't.
do. I'm going to preface that. Okay. I'm going to say I feel bad for her in the terms of like, I don't know when she signed the terms and conditions of this contractual obligation, if she's getting what she thought she was going to get out
Right.
of this deal.
Right.
I feel bad for her in that aspect. Like, she's marrying, like she was a fangirl first, and like that's every fangirl's dream, to marry like the guy
Right.
that like you're obsessed with. And I think in her mind it was going to play out better than it did, or like eventually it'd be like a friends enemies to lovers kind of trope.
Right.
You know, like it would have worked itself out over the course of 5 years, but it hasn't. And so, and it's just getting more and more embarrassing for her. And I don't like to see women getting embarrassed. I don't like to see people getting embarrassed, but like on this caliber, it's really sad and like just like cringe. I want her to get out of it for her.
Right.
Because at this point it's like, cut your losses, girl.
Right. Right. Yeah. No, I agree. I
PPL.
just think it needs to be over. I think the charade needs to be done. Like, for
We're
her sake,
seeing right
like
through it.
to flourish how she wants to so bad, she has to separate herself from him.
Yeah.
Her brand's not going to
Especially
grow with being attached
with
to him.
No, because if anything, it's like she's actually making strides. I don't know what road is good for, but
Right.
like she's making strides in her own way, getting, sponsorships and whatnot.
Right.
But then you're getting publicly embarrassed every time you
Right.
step
If she
foot
wasn't
your
with him
husband.
anymore, people wouldn't talk about that anymore.
Oh, and they would buy whatever she's selling in a heartbeat, because they're like,
absolutely,
oh my God,
so cool.
Hailey Bieber brownie lips, Hailey Bieber strawberry makeup, Hailey Bieber slick back bun, Hailey Bieber this, Hailey Bieber that. You have a market, clearly,
Right.
but it can't be fully tapped into it, because like buying your products means
looking
like,
at your
low-key,
yeah,
I'm gonna get embarrassed like you do.
Right. I'm
And I
gonna be
don't want
dogged the
that.
fuck out by my man. No thanks.
No thanks.
Yeah.
And
the next
then-
one. This
This
one,
one's
I
obviously
say
very
my
close.
my opinion has evolved. I will say.
And I'm really happy that you're expanding
Not so much.
to the idea. Okay, yeah.
Nick and Priyanka. I think this was an arranged marriage for sure, but
It was definitely a PR stunt in the beginning.
absolutely
In
I
the
think
beginning,
PR to arranged marriage,
yeah,
5 years kind of thing.
because it definitely, their marriage has propelled Priyanka
Right.
into the American market,
Absolutely.
like for
and that's
sure.
what she wanted.
And then
because Quantico didn't
but-
do it for you, sweetie.
it after season 1, we didn't care anymore. Sorry. But for Nick, it helped Nick also exponentially, because now
Right.
he's a family man. Now
Right.
he's a husband.
Right.
And it's just like a known thing. Like, once you get married, you get
and especially as if they were gonna come back as Jonas Brothers, it couldn't be
oh yeah,
Joe and Sophie and then Kevin and Danielle and then just
and then The Bachelor,
Nick the slut, you know?
right? Joe's sisters. That was a thing, like
Right.
very much so. Especially when they first
So,
came back.
It needed to be done.
This is what I'm gonna say about them, and I know you're not gonna like what I have to say. I
I don't even know why you're gonna say it because you know it's gonna be hurtful.
know. I'm just gonna say this: like, if it started off as PR, whatever, like, I think they have there is a chemistry to them. Like, they have a rapport with one another. I know.
Well, yeah, if I lived with someone, I would gain a rapport with them as well.
No, but I feel like they have like
No,
there's
this
some
is
energy
this
there.
is what I'll don't say that. That's rude. What I'll say is I think it started off as forced in the beginning, but then
Right.
they grew to love each other.
Yeah.
That I will say. I don't think
Yeah.
that they would bring a child into this world
If they didn't
if
love
there
each
wasn't
other.
love there.
Absolutely.
Knowing Nick the way that I do, I don't think he would do that.
Right. Your man, your man, your man.
But I will also say on that same breath, I think Nick loves her more than she loves him.
Which
hurts.
Should be.
But
I know.
I don't think she likes that man not one bit. I think she likes how much he's like her little toy. That's what
you
I'll
know
say.
what?
That's my stance.
Okay, that's your stance. I'll let you. I'll accept your stance.
On a side note, I
don't
did
agree, but I'll let it.
I saw a video of this girl talking to Priyanka, and she was like, I was so upset to hear that he was getting married because I thought it was gonna be me, but I was so happy that it ended up being you. If I ever got the chance to speak to Priyanka Chopra Jonas, I would not say that. I would say, I definitely thought it was gonna be me. I had a whole plan. I was gonna date Frankie because he was more in my age bracket, and then go to Thanksgiving
Just
and then like fall in love.
be there.
Right.
That
I was
is
gonna
so
infiltrate.
schemy.
That was my plan. Ask my cousin.
Right.
Ask Chanel. That was my plan. And so I would tell her, I definitely thought it was going to be me. And when I found out it was you, it hurt a lot more. That's what I would tell her.
Because, yeah. No, yeah.
For previously
Again, we discussed that last episode. Right. If you really want to hear what.
For previously stated reasons, we've talked about it before, but just go to episode 13 if you want to hear more about my love for Nick Jonas and all of that.
Right. But the thing is, this is what I'm going to say, and we can wrap this little section. If you're out here with the belief that everything that you see is real, I'm going to need you to grow up.
Right.
There is such thing as PR relationships. And for the people who choose to argue against that, you are not as bright as you think you are. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to come for you, but I'm coming for you.
No, I mean, people just want to believe in love. Let's just say that.
I'm not even just talking about love, though. I just mean like anything you see. Like, you're so quick to just take it and be like, yeah, like that's a fact.
The people who really, really liked Harry and Olivia.
If you believed in Harry and Olivia, that's amazing.
We know some people.
For you, I guess. Right, we do. I'm not one of them. Again, there are some, and maybe it's just like that's my stubbornness and like commitment. If I'm like, that's a PR relationship, you could get married. You could have 4 kids. You could be married for 40 years.
Right.
I could be in a retirement home and I'm still going to be like PR. And I stand 10 toes on that.
Right. Absolutely. And I think that Nick and Priyanka are a relationship. And I think that, I think in other PR relationships when they have children, I'm still like wholeheartedly. But the way that I know Nick, I think that he really loves her.
Right.
So, which hurts to say, but nonetheless, I think is true. But is that to say that if he saw me in a room that he wouldn't be down? I'm not saying
we don't know.
I'm not saying he's not down to cheat. I'm not saying that. And you know what? Just because there's a
goalie, not putting that out there.
Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't shoot.
We're not saying Nick Jonas can cheat, but
only with me.
Can. Well, I think our tin hats are done for the week. So yeah, those were our tin hat theories / facts to us. But we're gonna, wrap it up with our fixation of the week. What's yours?
Mine is going back to my dark hair.
Back.
So black. Yeah.
Period.
I dyed my hair the other day. And I've been thinking about it for a long time. I dyed my hair blonde. I never really talked about it on the podcast. I just showed up as like
Right.
with blonde highlights. And yeah, I just after I did it, I was like, I don't
E.
I don't really feel like myself. Like it felt wrong from the beginning, but I really tried to like gaslight
She
myself
did.
and
She did.
like it, and yeah, I just it didn't feel nice.
I feel like, okay, because blonde era Kale, she was a moment, she was a vibe.
Right.
Like, but I think we've moved past the moment. And I think that's where
Right.
it was
I
like
think that era is
you're inflicting
over.
on your identity.
Yeah.
Right. But you needed to do the blonde again to really solidify like this is not me.
Right. Well,
Now
yeah,
you know
and
for a
just to
fact.
like to solidify the intrusive thoughts of like when I would look at pictures of like myself with blonde
Right.
hair, I'm like, oh my god, she was so cute, and she is so
Right.
cute, but
Right.
she's not me no more.
Right.
So I dyed my
She's
hair,
so good.
and I want to say to all the people online who gaslit me and told me that I needed to dye my hair red first, suck it, because ain't no green in my hair.
Right. She just went straight on into it.
And listen, every time I dye my hair, I did it myself. And I always do the Garnier Fructis. So if you're looking for a black hair dye, Garnier Fructis, just the black, not rich black, not soft black, black.
Right. Right. Or jet black.
Right. No, it's
because
rich.
That's blue tinge. Right.
There's riches, black, and then soft. Those are and Garnier Fructis land. I don't know.
Right.
But that's what I use. I love her. Always used her. I will say it looks it doesn't look as bad right now in the camera, but in person it does look a little dramatic. But after I shower like a bunch of times, like it'll soften up.
It'll fade out into like. Right. I mean, your natural hair color is very dark, so.
Well, you can't tell because like I dyed my roots, so.
Right. But I think it looks amazing. It's a slay. We literally talked about it before. I'm like, my favorite Kale hair is black. Like, yeah. I don't know what it is. It just.
Her. I think because like with the blonde hair, like you could see how frizzy my hair is, and with the black, you can't tell. It looks shiny and sleek and like no imperfections.
Sleek. I think that's the word.
Yeah.
It's very just like cohesive and very just like refined.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point. Like blonde is fun and exciting and whatever. But you know, we're toning down in the year.
Right. And I couldn't. Fall. And like with fall, like we already talked about fall like a couple episodes ago. Right. So you guys are well into fall now, but we're about to start fall, and like, I just could not go into fall being
a blondie.
And plus, like, you know, I couldn't with the Halloween costumes that we're planning. It just didn't feel right to me.
Right.
So.
And hey, that's your story. That's your song.
I do feel like my hair is thinner though, for oddly like some reason. Like I feel like I don't know, maybe because it's like straight.
I'm like, well, now you can. The next fixation could be
finding new extensions. Guys, if you're ever in the I have like 3 different sets of extensions. So if you're ever in the market,
right? Kale wants some tape-ins. That's been her dream.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor me and do that for free, that'd be great.
Right. She's really good.
Yeah.
Socials. Like, hey. We can shout you out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Jen, what's yours?
Mine is Jersey Shore. Go crazy. Go wild. Go party. Started rewatching it with Gabby. Shout out to Gab. And wow. Honestly, age is like fine wine.
It really does.
I love it.
I rewatched it like a year or 2 ago, and it was good.
And it's like to think like I'm trying to figure out when I will be the same age as some of the characters. Like now, and be like, whoa, this is what you were like at 24. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
and then
actually
like insane. To watch it with the lens of like they're all on serious drugs. I think is also interesting.
Exactly. They're so high. So high. But again, the one-liners, just the culture of Jersey Shore.
What's your favorite? I'll tell you mine.
Mine is literally stalked my whole life on the boardwalk. I
Mine
say
is-
that
Why are you
so
being
much.
so weird?
Why is everybody? Why are you being weird to me? Or I think it's just Pauly D. Like anything Pauly D says, like
Yeah.
he's not trying to be funny.
No.
But the comedic timing, chef's kiss.
Denim,
So
denim,
good.
denim. That's a good one too.
I love that one. Love it. Or when he's like, when Angelina came with the trash bags, and he was like, nobody in your family could let you borrow a suitcase. But
What's
dead
that one?
ass, why are you coming with trash bags?
Yeah. What's another
But
one?
also,
We're
Vinny,
going to Staten Island. That one's number one. Going to Staten
when
Island.
Vinny called Angelina the Rob Kardashian of Staten Island.
Yeah.
They
have like a
love
love-hate
Vinny.
relationship.
Like,
Vinny's my fave.
Oh,
he's a
I
little
love him.
problematic. Like watching it back,
extremely.
like when I was little and I watched it, like I was like, he's perfection. Like there's nothing wrong with him.
There's
Watching
nothing
it back,
wrong.
like
No.
he's definitely like a bully.
He's a dipshit.
Yeah.
Oh, gaslight, bully.
Yeah.
He's a meanie.
But
it's like
I
I'm
love him.
agreeing with this point.
Right.
So then
Right.
I'm
I'm like,
what does that say about
where's
me?
the lie?
You know?
Yeah.
But no, I love Snooki, JWoww. JWoww, she's really that bitch. And I can't wait to get to Dina.
Right. You haven't gotten to Dina yet?
No, I'm still in Miami.
Oh my god.
Italy. That's when we get Dina. Diners. Meatball.
No, I think
But
Dina
I'm
comes
over
before
it.
Italy. Dina's like
Before Italy?
one season before Italy, if I remember correctly.
Then that means probably season 3, which is fine.
Right.
Because I'm on 2 now. But yeah, Jersey Shore, love it, live it, laugh it. It's
season
amazing.
Italy and then the season after, chaotic.
Yeah.
Because it was literally like a weekend like break in production. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because they filmed in Italy in like the winter time. Oh no, yeah, because it was like fall winter, because it was right around when like Hurricane Sally happened.
Right.
That was the name? Sandy in New York.
Yeah,
and so then like the boardwalk got ruined, whatever, and then they went to Italy, and then there was a week in production, and then they went like a week break. They went home, and then they went to the shore.
That's crazy.
Right. So like the
Crazy,
season
crazy,
after
crazy.
Italy, I think is the craziest season.
I can't wait to remind myself.
Watching it, I might watch Italy with you, because to see Mike ram his head into the wall, that's everything.
Here's my thing with Mike that actually pisses me off. Like, I cannot stand him, but in the moments that he's good, he's really good.
Yeah.
And like
that, because he's sober.
an instigator. I love an instigator.
I love it. He was high out of his mind.
Love it.
The parts when he's nice is because he's sober.
Because he's really sweet. But then he has
like
moments
Mike,
like when
Mike now. Love Mike now.
Oh, iconic. When Snooki got punched in the face, first of all, crazy. That's crazy. First, Snooki's 4'9".
Yeah.
No. She got punched in the face. Mike is literally there. She's crying. It's a mess. The guys are trying to beat up the other dudes, whatever. Meanwhile, he's trying to pick up a girl. Sir. Time and place.
But her getting punched in the face was so crucial.
Oh, yeah.
To
that's so sad.
Cast camaraderie. Because they did not like her.
Right. And then that's what unifying.
After she got punched, they like became a family.
Which is really sad that she had to get punched in the face for them to respect her.
Right.
But like that's literally what happened.
Right.
But it's fine. We love the dynamic now.
Right.
We love them.
Jersey
JWoww and
Shore.
Snooki. Iconic. Alrighty. Last but not least, what's your song of the week?
My song of the week, apparently nobody knows about this song. I think it's called like Miss You So by Frank Ocean. Apparently it's not on any of the albums. But I found it I've known of it forever.
Right.
And then I got reminded of it, and then I couldn't find it on Spotify, and then I had to like type in the lyrics of what I remembered on Google.
Right.
Then Google told me. But it's on Spotify.
Right.
Yeah. So
period.
Miss You So by Frank Ocean.
Slay. Slay.
What's yours?
My song of the week is Careless More by Olivia O'Brien. Literally just remembered it.
Jocelyn.
I'm just going through like a. That's a good one. Like
yeah. I like Olivia
I didn't
O'Brien.
realize like I know. Yeah, I like a lot of her music. Why did I move that? I like a lot of her music. But like recent, I don't know. She's someone like I will forget about. Come
Right.
back.
She's a cockroach for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, bye. I'm done.
Truth.
But she's a slay nonetheless.
Yeah. All right. Well,
But yeah.
thanks for coming to chat with us, guys.
Yeah.
You know where to find us on our socials. We are on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on
YouTube.
I always forget that one.
Right.
You can also follow our personal accounts at Kalian_Dominguez. Still haven't changed it. Block Kalian.
We're working on it. And at Jen Chocolate. And just a reminder, all the things are at whoa, words are really hard right now. You can find us on all things at On Call Besties.
Yes.
And
sorry.
Right.
Also, Jen,
can
you clarify for the people how you spell your nickname, Jen?
Oh, wow. I'm Jen with 2 N's.
Yes.
Always.
I'm sick of seeing Jen. It is not that. I never referred to her as that. Her name is Jennifer to
I'm
me.
Jennifer. Yes.
But
you know the spelling is
Jenn. Please stop.
Always has.
Please stop with the Jens, okay?
Right.
For the 3 people that watched to the end of the episode, Jenn.
2 N's. And there's a little context for that is once upon a time, I was Jenny Pink 17, really exposing myself. And then I just dropped the I. And I did Jenny with an I, of course, because the Y is basic.
Right.
So it's Jenn. Thank you for clarifying. I never clarify, so here you are.
Jenn.
Whenever I see it, I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, Kale, 4 letters. Jen, 4 letters.
Right. I also
easy
feel like it's
squeezy.
Jen and Kale, not Kale and Jen. Every time I see Kale and Jen,
and Kale?
I think it's weird.
Really? Kale and Jen and Kale. Yeah.
Well, just like alphabetically, it would be Jen and Kale. So.
Jen and Kale. I think all of our stuff says Kale and Jen.
Really?
It might.
Well,
it's interchangeable.
That's a cross I'm gonna have to bear, I guess.
It's okay. We're equal.
Right.
But yeah. Thanks for chatting with us.
We love you guys so much.
Sorry,
make sure to
we gotta go.
Chat with us all the time, so we get to go.
Yeah.
So, bye.
Bye.